Okay, hello, welcome back to another video. This was supposed to be an unboxing video. You know, I was going to do a little unboxing, live reaction to, of course, as you've seen in the thumbnail and title, the chessboard that moves itself. Unfortunately, the second that I received it, I opened it and started playing with it immediately before recording anything because I was far too excited. I've been telling my girlfriend about it all week and I just wanted to get it out and show her. It is unbelievably cool, but, you know, I've already got it out, unpackaged it all. I've already charged up all the pieces. I've read through all the instructions. I've charged up the board. So let's check it out, the chessboard that moves itself. Okay, so everything's ready. We've charged up the board, we've charged up the pieces. All that remains to be done is to set up the board. Cue the time-lapse montage. Okay, so mission accomplished. I've set up the board. At least I've done all I've got to do to set up the board, because why on earth would I waste my time setting up this board when I can just haphazardly have the pieces strewn across it and then simply go down here, open up the Chestnut app, which you should now be able to see somewhere over here. This is an app that you can get on your phone, your iPad. This is on my computer right now because it makes it way easier to record. By the way, look at my fat flipping monitor. That's that real YouTube money, baby. But we're gonna hold the power on button, and as you can see here, we've got a red pulsating on button. I don't know if you guys, in fact, there's no way the camera's high enough quality to see that, but you can see a flashing blue light. And that, my friends, you can't see the Bluetooth symbol there, but you can see the Bluetooth symbol right up here. We're going to click connect board, connect, and I do believe it's going to find our board. And as you see here, these lights turned green. And as I'm saying, why on earth would I waste time setting up the board when all I need to do is just bring up an analysis board and sit back, relax, and watch the board be set up for me. This is legitimately the coolest thing now that I own. 100%. Look at this. This is so cool. It's so cool. Look at how it moves. It's like you can see it deciding how to sort of like problem solving, I guess. I'd be fascinated to see the algorithm as to, you know, what exactly, you know, how it decides which piece to move. But right now, you know, it makes room for the rook there, slides that back and into place. It lets the knight, oh, it's thinking, it's going to turn the knight around. I love the fact that the knights turn facing the direction that they go is possibly one of my favorite features. This is so cool. And the pieces, oh, and then all we need is this bishop to slide into c1, and then the board's set up. This is possibly, I mean, I've said it already, but this is the coolest thing I now own. And you can see that with the analysis board in front of me here, if I make a move on the analysis board, look what flipping happens. Oh, this is so cool. I'm going to play a Scandinavian with black. Of course, you're going to see that pawn slide forward. Genuinely, I mean, it's like millimeter perfect in terms of how central they are on the squares. And the movement is slick. I think they got mini wheels on the bottom. They're robotic pieces, so I mean, of course, they need some way to move. But look what happens. Look what happens, I tell you, when you take a pawn. We're going to take the pawn right here, and it just slides off to the side. It slides off to the side, puts itself on the side of the board. I mean, this is so unbelievably cool. Look, when we move a knight here, I don't know, can you guys see that very well? Yeah, this should be a good angle. You'll see the pawns, they part ways. The knight turns to face, walks out, and then the pawns... This is so... I mean... yeah, there's nothing cooler than this. A self-moving chessboard. I cannot believe I am in the position where I've been sent this for free. This is obviously quite an expensive bit of kit. Well, to be fair, I think there is a Black Friday deal. I wish I could look into the camera as I said this. But the audio quality is going to suck if I look away from my microphone. But I do believe that you can get some fat discounts using possibly my link in the description and also the Black Friday deals. Absolutely outrageous bit of plugin right there. But we're going to, I mean, in terms of the features of this board, it's a self-moving chessboard. What the hell more do you want? We're going to reset the board. Look, if we just tab back in the analysis to this, we're just opening an analysis board here. And the pieces, what's fantastic as well is, let's say I choose to play h4 here. You can see that, you know, that corresponds on the board. So I could be physically moving these pieces here. I don't even have to look at the analysis here on my board. I could simply, if I wanted, bring up a picture of the greatest martial artist of all time. Obviously, you can still kind of see it in my like viewfinder over here. But, you know, I could be like, I could have anything up on the screen here. It doesn't need to be visible to me. It's not like I actually have to use the computer interface. As I make the moves, I guess I could see the, I could occasionally refer to it and look at the objective evaluation here, which is inbuilt to this analysis function. But yeah, let's reset it. Thank you very much. Thank you very, oh. That pawn's doing a little cha-cha slide. take it back now, yo. But we're going to come out of the analysis board and we're going to have a little explore of what else you can do with this. So of course you can play a bot match. You can play against Maya, the inbuilt engine. I played that guy recently on the Chestnut Evo on the channel. You can play Stockfish. You can play Leela as well to Leela. Does anyone get that soundbite? If I say Leela, what is that a reference to? Answers in the comments. But I can play white or black against whatever level of engine, whatever level of Stockfish. Awesome, awesome. Nothing super surprising there, though. That's the bot match feature. But something that's really, really cool is online match here. If I click online match, and I think I've only connected my chess.com maybe. That's probably for the best because I actually care about my Elite Chess rating. But if we then click chess.com here, you'll notice that the Will to the Chess chess.com account, if we just bring up, I don't know, the stats page up, flipping out, I can't navigate chess.com. Bring up the stats page here. You'll notice that the Will Taylor Chess chess.com account is connected directly to the board. So now, if I go back and I go new game and I go, I think bullet might be a bit intense. I don't know if that's going to work very well. But if I click this and scroll down, which it does not seem to be letting me do, okay? I might need to expand this over here, drag, yeah, okay, fine. But we can of course select 10 minutes. We can drag this back to its rightful place. Where was it, like roughly here? Actually, hold on. I want to make this unrated, just in case anything goes wrong here. Not that I massively care about my chess.com rating, but it would be nice to get to 2200 soon. So maybe we'll keep this unrated. We might match up against a weaker opponent. That might be good to showcase some of the board's abilities without me having to extraordinarily deeply think. Also, it turns out I absolutely suck at chess over the board because all I do is play online and my brain, I mean, has not remotely become accustomed to seeing real pieces and calculating and actually having, you know, board vision, looking at a real chessboard. So honestly, I might need to genuinely make use of this if I want to play more of the board. But we can click here, we can go start game, and it's gonna search for a game here. Now, hopefully we'll get a match soon. I don't know how many people play unrated on chess.com, but oh, okay. We get a game against Avinash KM29. Shout out to you, Avinash. And what we'll see here is that Avinash plays saying a problem. The board is the wrong way around currently. So give me a second. Actually, I'm really worried it's going to abort. So I'm just going to play my first move quickly here, and then the game will not abort. And Mr. Avinash is going to play a knight f3. Okay, 1 second. Okay, board rotated. Just so you're not seeing 3 chessboards, because there's one like here, here, here. We're just going to bring up once again that photo of Islam Makhachev, and now we're going to play an accepted tennis and gambit. We're going to put the pawn to the side. I'm going to be playing with my left hand so as to keep my face sufficiently close to the mic that the audio doesn't become terrible. Yes, I should really just invest in a clip-on mic, but no, I have not done so far. So, you know, if I use my hand in a rather incompetent way, I am capable of playing chess and, you know, using my general physical faculties, but it's going to look like I can't pick up pieces. And that's the excuse there. We're playing e5. We're playing e5 here. I'm realizing there's no increment on this, and I do definitely need to hurry up because in a time scramble situation, this setup is going to be a little precarious. Hold on, I'm just going to move off to the side a little here, and hopefully the audio is still good. The thing is, if I get too far away from the mic, I've got all sorts of filters that take out background noise, and they start to take out my voice, and it sounds a little weird. So we're going to be sitting off to the side, speaking pretty much directly into the mic. I'm sorry if this seems a little unnatural. I really should invest in some slightly better equipment, but right now you can't even fathom the lighting that we've got going on. I think it was on the Will Taylor Chess Instagram story this evening or something. Okay, they take. Perfect. We're going to play f5. That was precisely the intention. To give back the pawn, but to claim a nice fat center. Oh, I love how the knights move. I love that they face the direction they're moving in. It's so awesome. I'm going to start with, I believe, knight to c6 here. And I am sitting at a slight angle. Hold on, there must be a better way of doing this. I'm looking at the board diagonally, moving with my left hand, but I also don't want to have the mic on the board impeding the movement of the pieces, because that might confuse the computer when it runs into a massive microphone. Okay, but this is good because we seem to be gaining back some of the time advantage that I so sorely need. Okay, bishop b5. This will definitely be good for over the board practice. Right now, the setup's a little questionable just because I am obviously trying to record at the same time. But bishop b5 here, I think bishop d7 just makes a lot of sense. I don't know why I wouldn't. There is a move, queen d6, that I'm vaguely aware of in some of these lines where I use the queen to defend the bishop, but kind of gets a little in the way of the bishop's development, my dark square bishop that is. So I think I'll just go for a bishop d7. If I now, by the way, lose to a 1400 while demoing this is going to be kind of tough. So I do need to hurry up. I also might need to just take a moment and lock in at a certain point, but opponent kingside castles, okay, fantastic. And I think I think I'll just be, I don't know. Let's start with an a6 at least. I guess I could have used my right hand for this one. Well, you know what? I'm practicing my ambidextrousness. The bishop's going to step back to c4. Okay. I mean, I guess I can go for like a bishop d6 or something. It seems pretty reasonable. We're getting some good development. I want like queen e7 and queenside castles quite quickly. So at least for now, I'm fine to kind of delay any immediate castling in terms of developing my bishop first. Because if I go queen e7 before developing my bishop, well, then my bishop absolutely sucks. We've got the e pawn in the center. You know, we've got the f pawn also looking nice. It's so cool how this is moving. I cannot stress enough how cool this is. Oh my lord. I could start with knight f6, to be honest. I mean, you know what? I don't hate this at all. Knight f6 is a reasonable move. Then probably queen e7, and I think my opponent might go bishop g5, and honestly, I'm putting the knight there with the vague, it's a vague bit of hope chess to say, go, pin it, play bishop. Ooh, f4 is actually a good move, I think. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I can punish that. Bishop c5 check, maybe? But that definitely makes some sense. Hold on. Let's start with bishop c5 check. I mean, how can that be a bad idea? Give the check, you know? Play bishop c5. There's no bishop e3. You don't want to play rook f2. So, of course, you're going to bounce off with the king. Then I'm thinking that maybe just knight g4 nice and quick is going to be extraordinarily aggressive. We're going to be threatening, in fact, that knight f2 check. And also queen h4 as an idea. What the hell? Hold on. They take my pawn as my pawn flees off to the side of the board. I guess I have knight f2, but they're just going to sack. Obviously, they're not going to lose their queen. So I think I might start with queen to h4, going over here and just threatening a nice little mate in one. Yes, please. A mate in one on h2. Don't mind if I do. Bars. Pawn to h3 is obviously going to be the response. And then, obviously I have knight f2. I just am wondering whether pawn to h5 is actually a real sneaky little idea. A real sneaky little idea indeed. But if pawn h5 and you play like queen e1 to try and trade my queen off, I guess I have bishop f2 possibly. Okay, you know what? We're going for h5. We're trying to be a little outrageous here. We're going for a little fishing pole. If you dare to take my knight, which, by I mean, you can't take my knight. Excuse me, that is actually pinned. My bad. I was thinking we were fishing poling there. What I actually meant, sorry, there, I got a little confused, is that I'm going to go queen g3, and then they do go queen e1. I thought I'd have bishop f2 here. I thought that would be a nasty little idea. Because I want to go queen g3 and queen h2. If I go check with the knight, you're just going to sack. But if I start maybe with bishop to f2 right there, and you sack, then I keep the knight on the board maybe? I don't know. I think you kind of have to sack here. And there might even be a problem where you go rook takes, knight check, king g1, knight h3 check, and then your queen's hanging. So you've got to go out to f1 maybe, and then I guess at the very least I could trade queens and bring the knight back out. I do need to kind of win this before. I really should have played this game with an increment, because obviously in a time scramble I'm going to be in so much trouble, it's unbelievable. But if they don't sack here, I think they're in a lot of trouble. I mean, they've got an entirely underdeveloped queenside. There's a pretty awesome looking attack we've got going on here. Maybe my other knight jumps in and we go bishop c6. That could be disgusting, actually. If my knight from c6 moves, I go bishop c6 and then take on h3 with the queen. That could be unbelievably strong. Maybe just then, like knight. No, actually, I had to not allow the queen trade. I guess they're trying to work out if they can get away with not sacrificing their rook here. But I'm almost certain I'm winning. I don't know. I surely have to be winning here. Pawn to e6. Would that be a move? I can just take your queen, okay. I mean, if they don't want to sack, they're moving their queen. Then I think queen g3, and there should be unstoppable mate, because otherwise, you know, you take my knight, and we open up that h-file, and there's no way of surviving. So they do take with the rook. Look how the pieces make room for the bishop to slide off. Now, at this point, I can obviously take the rook. Do I have queen g3 hit? No way. Queen g3 here. I'm currently looking at the board on the screen. I obviously should be looking at the board in real life. But as I said, I'm diagonally situated. If I was playing this on my own, which I've admittedly already done because I could not wait and I wanted to experiment with it, I would definitely be looking at the board, trying to practice my over-the-board vision. But queen g3, if h takes, king to g1, queen h2, king f1, knight. Oh, do you know what? Let's just go for it. If I lose, who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? We're going to go for this. It might be a blunder. I'm going to be down quite a bit of material here. But, you know, if I don't checkmate, I'm definitely going to flag because I forgot to put an increment on this game. So we're just going for mate here. They move the king prophylactically. That's really annoying, actually. Although, is it? Because I'm going to go... I at least have queen h2, the king moves, queen h1, the king moves, knight d4. I was thinking I'd just start with knight d4. Or, sorry, not start with knight d4, but go queen h2 first. Move the king there to f1. And then play. a sneaky little knight d4 intermezzo possibly, and just say, look, I'm threatening checkmate. What are you going to do about it? I guess knight e2 maybe? Oh no, but knight e2, that'd be a beautiful mate, I think. h1. Okay, I'm going to go in like this. We're going to hop in with the pony. I'm just trying to control the e2 square. I could obviously give the check first on h1, then give the check there, but the king starts running. The king starts running, and right now, I'm just throwing mate in 1 on h1, and I'm thinking, oops. That is going to be checkmate. We just won a game just by touching the pieces. I didn't touch my mouse at all, and I beat someone on chess.com. But how to beat someone on chess.com without touching your mouse? That might be the title of the video. No, there's no way. This chessboard moves itself. That's a pretty good title, I think. Let me just unfortunately say goodbye to Mr. Makachev and open up the game review on this. And we're going to see that there was, there was a brilliant move there. And it was 90. I mean, this is disgusting. What I was calculating really quickly. Oh, wait, hold on. You guys won't be able to see this. Let me get rid of this and then do this. And then can I move pieces on here? I can. What I was thinking was that in this position, if we go back, oh my lord, the pieces are still moving. This is so cool. It's still like just tracking what's going on the board. But if we go back here, you know, my knight controls this square. My other knight controls this square. You can't take this. It's still mate. And so we're really squeezing you in. We've got the mate threat. You probably need to like, what do we need to do? How can you stop this mate? I don't know. We'll look at the analysis properly, I guess. But I had an idea, which was that if knight here, which looks actually like it kind of defends relatively well, because as that knight turns and legs it over there, this is so cool. I don't think I'm ever going to get over how cool this is. What I was thinking was the queen here, knight here only move, and then we go checkmate on h2 with the knight there. That would have been absolutely filthy and disgusting as well. 2 ponies delivering the mate. But there we go. We won a game on chess.com without even using the mouse. Okay, so here we are for a very brief game review. I'm just going to bring this up so you can see it better here. 82% to 52.7. I mean, the graph tells the story of my opponent played the tennis and gambit, and then I just correctly and very, very competently, I'd say, held on to the advantage. Improving, minor fluctuations, of course, but we got a serious advantage. Messed around a little too much, flew a little too close to the sun, but then my opponent didn't punish it perfectly, and then, I mean, a brutal conversion. 2,000 to 1,000. Okay, I mean, blunder for the opening and middle game. Middle game accuracy 0. Middle game accuracy 0 is kind of insane. But let me get rid of this and we'll just quickly tab. Oh, I think I accidentally tabbed forward a little earlier during a cut there. Forgive me if there was some discontinuity perhaps. But yeah, you know, they went for this dodgy little tennis and gambit. This is a move that I like to play to basically give back, not even attempt to hold on to the pawn. Kick the knight. Again, this is a move that I like to play. Like, this is prep for me. Couple inaccuracies, couple good moves, whatever. We're not interested in best moves. Knight c6 here. Knight g7 might have made a little more sense, but again, you impede the bishop, and I just really like this idea of saying, basically, you know what, get out of here. Now I develop my bishop. Okay, at this point, probably I should listen to the engine. Queen f6. Is that a good move? Why is that a good move? You have knight d5. What the hell am I doing? Queen g6, and then trying to go over here. Okay, this kind of makes some sense, I guess. And then if you go knight here, what am I doing now? At this point, I'm castling. I guess just getting out here, castling nice and quick, it would have made some sense. I was kind of vaguely hoping that after knight f6, okay, I wanted them to do this, they were going to go for bishop g5, and I'd just be able to chase away that bishop. Well, I guess I'd trap it there, but I'd be able to get some tempo off of that bishop to start pawn storm here, and then I can go queen e7 and castle, but, you know, that didn't happen. They could have gone knight d5 and flipping out. Let me grab the knight. I guess after takes, probably I'd have gone like queen f6 or something. Would this have been a bad idea? I'd like to h5 immediately. Then here, and... Oh, is there some... Yeah, okay, whatever. Slightly freaky stuff there. They might have had 95, but they go for what I think is a decent move. I go for a maced win here. Yeah, you see, look, moving the same piece here doesn't add much value to your position in the opening. But listen. This adds value to my position. This adds serious value to my position, because look at the follow-up. And then look at the follow-up. And this was just very likely to be the kind of continuation. I just blatantly disagree with the game review there. Who am I to disagree? I'm flipping Wilson chess, baby, that's it. But at this point, okay, yeah, h5 was a little slow. I'm just going to win material through a tactic. I could have just taken here, which... Oh, was that because of bishop c6 as well? That's going to be so... Like, if you just play this, do I play bishop c6? Is that a good move? Come on, give me a little... Oh, it's slightly inaccurate. I guess I have... Maybe, I guess I can just go queen g3 in that context, fine. But I'm assuming that doing this, and then, okay, imagine queen here, and I do play my bishop here. They go for the sack, and then at some point, oh, it wants me to just take? That's disgusting. Why does it want me to trade the queens? Oh, I guess because of this problem. Yeah, fine. There would have been all sorts of tactical mess there. But the idea of moving that knight, going bishop c6, and then taking here is absolutely vicious. h5, slightly dodgy. They could have then gone for apparently e6, to which I'd have had to just move my bishop back, and then... Maybe there are dire consequences here. I don't know. If I sneak in this way, I guess, can you just go knight f3? Is that... That's wildly annoying. That's wildly annoying. Knight here? What do I do then? What's the problem then? You can go knight here, and if I take, you're taking my queen, and if I take here, I can't get rid of this. Yeah, fine. They had a way to defend there slightly better if they went for the e6 intermezzo, but bishop here. You're going to take this. Queen g3, that should be a brilliant move. Not recapturing should be a brilliant move there. They move the king. Check. Knight here. That's a nice little brilliant move. And then, yeah, as I showed, I believe, here, and here would have been one of the possible mating ideas. Is there a way to escape this in this position here? Instead of mistake, there is a way. What is the way? If I tell them the another... Oh, no, there's no way. So why does it give that a mistake? How can it give bishop f4 a mistake? Well, because there's mate in 1. The only other moves here, I don't know if you guys can see this. Hold on, let me just flick this back on. It says minus 5.21, but I don't know, the game review's bugging out. It's apparently mate in 3 is their best move. Toggle that straight back off. Thank you guys immensely for watching the move. Thank you to Chestnut for sending me the move. It's really cool. You'll be seeing it featured again, I imagine, on the channel in a couple of weeks or so. If you do fancy getting your hands on one and you have the disposable income to spend on electronic chessboards, which of course is a massive luxury, it's not exactly food and water, but if you're a big fan of chess and you got a little cash in your pocket, I would genuinely heavily recommend this. It could be the coolest toy I've ever seen in my life. Toy sounds a little demeaning there. I feel like I should clarify, it's a big boy toy. It's the coolest big boy toy I own. And the fact that I own this is because I've got an audience on YouTube, and so you guys are absolutely to thank for, you know, thank you. Thank you very much. As I said, if you're interested, check out the link in the description. You'll get discounts off any Chestnut product. Hopefully you enjoyed this. The game was disgusting anyway, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.